So again, welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. True Blue Thai here from Thailand. Hope you're doing well. It is one South here in Thailand, which is Saturday, and it's game day. Hey, Boxing Day is gone, and Christmas is gone, and now we're heading towards 2026. But it's the first game after Christmas, and I hope you had a great Christmas, by the way, if you're celebrating Christmas, which is wonderful, and if you're not celebrating Christmas, be respectful for the people who are. And so, for instance, a lot of moaning going on. Anyway, but never mind, let's move on from that, etc. Because they don't celebrate Christmas over here, but they're respectful for the people who, for instance, who do celebrate Christmas. You know, it's not a Thai Buddhist holiday, that kind of thing. It's but they do respect Phalang, etc. who want to foreigners who want to celebrate Christmas, and that's what you've got to be respectful. Anyway, so guys, so yeah, it's game day. We've got a game against Nottingham Forest at 12:30 today. Kick off at the City Ground, Nottingham, and yeah. So for instance, been there quite a few times. Last time it was Notts County across the way when the Man City Notts County game, etc. Hell of a game. I could talk about that one a while. You know, talk about Hillsborough. Oh dear me. Anyway, so but you'll be doing well. It's I say that for instance, a 12:30 kick-off about 11 o'clock here in Thailand, so it was a good few hours before I can watch the game, and so we've kind of have heard from Pep, but I haven't heard from Pep. Normally we have a big a part 1 and part 2 of the press conferences, but I've been waiting for the videos, I'm looking on YouTube, looking on the City website, looking on but it appears that he's had a preview of the game, and but he's now saying much. Sorry about if you heard some noise. The Thais are at it again, building something, and they like to use this electrical stuff, and it's called a little grinder, and it's a tiny little thing, but it makes such a noise. And then they like to use a guy here, cutting down trees for wood, etc. And he uses a big yeah. So for instance, you get that off. No peace in Thailand, really is. So honestly, with Thais, they just love to make noise. Anyway, so guys, I've been listening, trying to get more information about the game. I did a preview yesterday of the game, on my expectations. But this is the follow-up to it, and so for instance, if anything, what Pep said anything, or I've seen anything, and again, it's very few and far between at the moment, etc. Again, guys, people on holiday, spending time with the family, so they're not actually at the desks. Not like myself. You will be here all the time for you guys, every single day, 20 minutes every single day. Talking about City men, City ladies. Anyway, so so from what we've heard from Pep, what little I've heard from Pep, etc. on the City websites or the Manchester TV News or anything like that, all I've heard is the fact that, for instance, it appears that, for instance, Rodri was the I don't know how it came up. Pep said, Man City will make a call on Rodri's availability today on our trip to Nottingham Forest. So it appears that, for instance, we will have to wait and see. So it is. So that's good news. We've been waiting for the Rodri return. I expect he'll probably be on the bench if he is playing, starting, etc. Because again, the bench is still quite small, because again, we've got players at AFCON, we've got players injured at the moment, etc. For instance, so Semenko, we need him ASAP, really. And but I'm just praying that, for instance, we don't get any injuries. Also, yellow cards. There's 3 players on yellow cards at the moment. One card from a suspension. Mr. Donnarumma is one. Nico Gonzalez is another, and that is a big concern. If Nico Gonzalez loses, but with the fact that we've got Rodri coming back, etc., we want to ease Rodri in rather than actually drop him in. So Nico Gonzalez, I hope he doesn't get a yellow card. And so I'm not quite sure who the third one is. I think it could be Bernardo Silva, but I say we got 3 players, etc., who could get a suspension. But we've got to run. Nico Gonzalez is probably the worst one. If we lose Nico Gonzalez with the games coming up, which is Brighton, and then we got Sunderland away on New Year's Day, which I've been there. And New Year's Day, for instance, when we lost 1-0, so we're like, oh, unbelievable, it was awful. And so prior to that, Sunderland fans were like, oh, don't beat us 6-0, don't beat us 7-0. And then when we lost Texas, we had to walk across the car park into them, and they were like, honestly. Anyway, so hate the stadium. And I was on Sky TV, I believe, Someone said to me, "Oh, so you on Sky T at our time?" Because I didn't have a nice. I was cold. I was in again. So I wasn't feeling very well, etc. I think what it is like, when you have a skinful, etc. And then you decide, and then it's kind of wearing off. It's cold, so yeah. And I think half time, etc. I was stood there, but the Sky News, Sky Sports, etc. had a picture, the camera on me for a good few minutes, I believe. So he said, "A Man City fan not looking very happy." So and at the end of the day, when we lost 1-0, I wasn't very happy at all. But anyway, but a good day. But I love away days. Wembley, I'm not too sure, but I love away days. Anyway, so I was looking at that. So that'd be great if we can get Rodri back, etc. We know he's been back in training for a long time. We know he's been, for instance, Man City are taking a sweet ass time, and so we should. Because again, for instance, it's a total waste of time bringing him back, etc., and to see him go so quickly. So I hope that, for instance, we'll see him today, also on the bench, and I hope he'll get a few minutes. I'll be surprised, quite surprised really, because I normally save him for home games, but we'll see. I've been listening to anything else was happening to say. They only talked about again, for instance, they only really talked about Jeremy Doku and Stones, saying they're close to coming back, but they're not quite back. So, but we've still got cover in defence, etc., with Ake and Kuzinov, etc. So but Jeremy Doku, again, we still got kind of cover, but it'd be nice to see Jeremy back, etc. Because we need all our players. Forest City 17th place in the league, 18 points from 17 games, 5 clear of West Ham in the relegation zone. However, the City ground has always been a happy hunting ground for the Blues, with Forest beating us 1-0 and the last time we were there, and I think it was the first time they beat us 1-0, or we lost to Forest for a long time, and and we were not good last season, etc. So, and they were playing very well. It was roles reversed. Guardiola is no losing difficulty playing a Sean Dyche team. I expect it's going to be a low block kind of team. I've just been listening to Forest Fan TV and see what his version of the game. He's very, very pessimistic about the game. He feels they're going to lose 2-0 Forest. And so he's basically saying, I think 2-0 was basically the from JCG, from Nobbins and the Forest Fan TV. He was saying they all predicted a 2-0, so Man City win. Again, for instance, this is the Premier League. This is you never know what's going to go. If Man City are not bang on it, professional, open, which I'm sure we are. What's going, but you never know. Again, you just never know with these things. But I've got a 3-1. For one, it's just basically because again, we are playing away. You can score a goal, and but it's they've still got Anderson. They've still got good players, whatever, and the players, and they've still got Gibbs White, for instance. You never won, even though he's not a prolific goal scorer, he can shoot. So they've still got the home crowd ahead of them. It's close. It's a close-knit ground. Fans are close to the pitch. It'd be a big atmosphere, for instance, supporting them. But they're in no illusion. Sean Dyche said who they're playing, and the Forest fan said the same thing. I think Nobbins and was relating to the fact that, for instance, the way they played against Brighton, and how it could be very similar to the Palace game where Man City sit in, and then get them in that way, for instance, with different ways. But they're saying they've got a few players missing. Again, their big man Chris Wood's not playing, so it's not good for them. Again, they've got a couple of guys, important guys out there for at the AFCON. So Saturday as well. Omamouche plays today. Egypt against South Africa. So last season they were doing an incredible job last season, and that's it really. So really not much information about coming from City about the game. Manchester News is not really saying much as well about it. So it's not really much coming out on it. So rather than actually focusing on future games. So I think a lot of people say it's in the bag. So, but again, you just don't know. Again, you can't disrespect any Premier League side. The Rags beat Newcastle last night. The Lags deserved to beat Newcastle last night. They played okay in the first half, etc. But they were Newcastle just not on it. You know, and again, for instance, this is the thing. You know, you can have if you're not on it. For instance, if you're not focused actually on the game professionally, you know, you're going to lose you could lose the game like Newcastle is today. Arsenal were not on it against Wolves, etc. They could have lost the game. But and I think you've got to be, you know, clued in, etc. You can't waltz in there thinking that Man City will win. Again, you know, these they don't want to go down. They're just above the relegation zone, so let's see. But it's going to be a tough one. You know, again, we just got to. I feel Man City have the professionalism about us to go into this game and to win. Let me just have a quick look at see. Because Arsenal play later on, don't they? They play against Brighton at home. But let's have a look at some of the fixtures. So for today, because Man City play at 12:30, Arsenal play at 3 o'clock. We've got to keep that pressure on Arsenal at the moment. So City Forest at 12:30, Arsenal at Brighton at. I'll give my predictions as well. Arsenal Brighton. I'm going to say Arsenal drop points. I'm going to go for a 1-1. I think Arsenal have been lucky. I think they're not scoring goals. You would expect Arsenal to win, but they're not scoring goals at the moment. I think Brighton just got a little bit more. We play Brighton next, etc. And no mugs Brighton. So I'm expecting them. I think they're 1-1. I'm going to go for a 1-1 and Man City top of the league. Okay, so Brentford Bournemouth. Okay, so two teams. I'll go for a draw on that one. Two teams up and down in their way, etc. So see how Semenko plays, for instance, whether he's going to exert himself because he doesn't probably want to. I don't know. But I'm going to go for a draw there, a 1-1 draw as well. Burnley against Everton again. Everton better understand Dyche. I will go for a 2-2. I'm going to go for a 2-2. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to go for a 2-2. You know, we probably expect the Brentford and Bournemouth for a 2-2. That could go with 2-2, but I'm just going to go for a 2-2. Burnley at home, a little bit better. Everton can score, but also concede. So Liverpool against Wolves. Well, you would say a home banker, wouldn't you? So Liverpool, see how many they score, if they score. And again, the Wolves never really get beat. They get beat, but they never get beat by a big amount. So I'm going to go for Liverpool 2-0. West Ham against Wolves. Fulham, not Wolves. West Ham, Fulham. West Ham need the win. Fulham, tricky. I go for a sneaky 2-1 win for West Ham because again they need it more than Fulham. Fulham are ups and down, can win and like for instance they beat Forest, etc. But again they also can lose it as well. But they can go from 5-0 down 5-4. So let's go on their day. So very unpredictable Forest, but Fulham. But I'm going to go for a sneaky 2-1 win for West Ham. Chelsea versus Villa. Well, that's the big one. 5:30 kick-off. Okay, so Chelsea against Villa. I will go for a. Oh God, this is a tricky one as well. It really is. I'm going to go for a draw as well. I think Villa's 12-10 match unbeaten run, etc. will come to an end. I think Chelsea, if they start anything like they did against Newcastle, then. But I think Chelsea at home. Home fans around them. Villa are okay, good, but not. I think again, it's they need to. I think the people are looking at Villa now, so asking questions, and Villa need to win. And if especially if City and Arsenal win today, for instance, they know they have to keep up the winning thing. So there's going to be a lot, and I think they'll just crumble because I just don't think they have the mentality or the players or the squad to win every single game. And I think I just think that Chelsea will either beat Villa or they'll draw. So, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Chelsea. There you go. So there you go. Bet out of the box, especially 2-2. Burnley against Everton. But anyway. Anyway, guys, so, but other than that, I'm going to leave you to it. If you're going to the game, what's going to enjoy, pop it down to the Mitty Smiths and enjoy the game. I'll be watching it at home, etc., here in Thailand. So, for instance, and look forward to speaking to you tomorrow for hopefully a victory. And hopefully we can hear Pep Guardiola talking, and I hope we don't get any injuries. I hope we don't get any more yellow cards to key players. And Rodri comes on and plays a good few minutes, etc. So, but we'll see. Again, it's I'm still in my heart, etc. Because you never know, because it's a Premier League game. The importance of Man City wing as well. So the pressure is on to maintain. Arsenal, but I do believe Arsenal will slip up, because I think they're not scoring goals, regardless of, I'm not buying what the media is saying. They're not scoring goals, simple as that, and they've got this percentage at the moment, it's 15 points of how many goals they've scored, and they're conceding goals, etc. And I think Brighton are no mugs. Again, we got a net on nets, etc. And it's not they're going to be no mugs. But for instance, I just feel that, for instance, they could get some out of Arsenal. Arsenal will probably go in there feeling that they're going to win. Maybe they'll score, etc. But I think Brighton might just get a goal, because that's what Arsenal do at the moment, concede goals. So anyway, guys, so leave you True Blue Tie from Thailand. Like and subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking. What's on your mind? Am I going crazy believing Arsenal will get a point today? Do I feel Burnley and Everton will be a 0-0? It could be 0-0. But yeah, so anyway, so the Rags can beat Newcastle yesterday, for instance, and they're out of the box at the moment. So Saeed, yeah, unbelievable. Anyway, so yeah, and I've seen Terry Westergaard. Semenko wants to join Arsenal. Absolute preferred choice. Leave it alone. Anyway, guys, gonna be leaving True Blue Tie from Thailand. Like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you tomorrow after the game. And hopefully we got 3 points. Hopefully we top by their league.